Hello students, welcome back to physics class. So we were doing the chapter 2 physical quantities and measurement. Hope you have gone through all the videos and understood the concepts. And in the previous video we have seen how to find out the density and also we have seen the relative density. So in today's class let's see the measurement of relative density of a liquid. Okay, the relative density of a liquid is measured by using the density bottle. This can be understood by the following activity. Okay, first take an empty dry density bottle, find its mass m1 gram by using a beam balance. Okay, first you have to take an empty dry density bottle and you have to weigh the mass of that using the beam balance. That will be your m1 grams. Okay, now fill the bottle completely with the water and insert the stopper. So when you are inserting the stopper, the extra water overflows through the hole in the stopper. Then dry the outer surface with the blotting paper and then measure the mass of the bottle again on a beam balance. So the mass will be m2 grams. The third step, now empty the bottle and dry it. Fill the bottle again completely with the given liquid and insert the stopper. Again the extra liquid, if any, will overflow through the hole in the stopper. Dry and measure the mass of the bottle again. So that will be your M3, right? Okay, so the empty bottle will be empty density bottle, mass will be m1 grams, mass of the bottle plus water will be m2 grams and mass of the bottle plus liquid will be m3 grams. Okay, so the mass of the water will be m2 minus m1 and mass of the liquid will be m3 minus the empty bottle, right, m1 grams. Okay, then how will you find out the relative density? You have found the m1, m2, m3, right, the mass of the liquid and mass of the water, right? So now you are going to find out the relative density of a liquid. So what is the formula to find out the relative density? Mass of the liquid divided by mass of equal volume of water. So the mass of the liquid will be m3 minus m1 grams and mass of the equal volume of water will be m2 minus m1 grams. So that is m3 minus m1 divided by m2 minus m1. This gram and gram will get cancelled. Relative density will have no unit. Okay, for example, m1 is equals to 25 grams, the mass of the empty bottle. m2 is equals to 55 grams, m3 is equals to 49 grams. Then the relative density of the liquid will be m3 minus m1 divided by m2 minus m1. So what is m3? 49 minus m1 is 25 grams. Then you have m2 minus m1. What is m2? 55 minus m1 is 25. This gram and gram will get cancelled. So you will get 24 divided by 30. That gives you 0.8. What is the relative density of that liquid? It is 0.8. This is how you will find out the relative density using the relative density bottle. Okay. The next one will see the density of a substance in its different states. Okay, you know that a substance can exist in 3 states. What are those 3 states? Solid, liquid and gas. For example, ice, water and steam are the 3 states of same substance. According to the molecular model, we have read that the molecules of solid are closely packed, of a liquid are loosely packed, while those of a gas are very loosely packed. Therefore, a substance is highly dense in solid state, less dense in liquid state and still less dense in gaseous state. Thus, the density of a substance in solid state is more than in liquid state and density of a substance in liquid state is more than gaseous state. Okay, that is, the solid state has more density than the liquid state and the liquid state has more density than the gaseous state. Okay, exception is the density of ice is less than water. The density of ice is 0.917 gram per centimeter cube. That of water is 1 gram per centimeter cube, and that of steam is 0.00057 gram per centimeter cube. So in the page number 26 in your textbook, the density of different substances is given. You can refer that. Okay. Next, floating and sinking. So you might have played in water, placing so many objects in the water, right? But you can observe there only some object floats and some object sinks, right? So in today's class we'll see how only some object can float and some object sink. You may say that it is because of the mass, right? So you can see when you are dropping a pin, right? When you are dropping a pin, it will sink in the water, but you can see the large boat is floating on the water, right? So it is not only because of the mass. So we will see why some object float and some object sink in the water. If you place a ball and an iron nail of same mass, the ball will float on the surface of the water and the nail will sink in the water. So this is because the density of the ball is less than the density of water, while the density of iron is more than the density of water. So a body floats on a liquid if its density is less than the density of liquid, while a body sinks in a liquid if its density is more than the density of liquid. So why do some things float and some things sink? It is because of the density. Okay, a body will float if it is having less density than the density of liquid. If it is sinking, then the object will have more density than that of liquid. Okay, so understand, when will the object float? When it is having less density. When it will sink? When it is having more density. It is compared to the density of the liquid. Okay, so that's all for today. We'll meet you in the next class.